Hey, you're in the Olathe East Library. Sit back, relax, and learn a thing or two about our space. First of all, when you walk in the door, hello, it's not your grandma's library. Good grief. Instead, I'd rather welcome you into the 21st century. And actually here to help me is our library clerk, Kathy Kerbo, and one of our student aides, Elizabeth Gorby. Come on in. There you go. Yep, you're in a library, all right. There's a lot of books, and certainly there are tables to work at, too. As a matter of fact, there's 15,000 plus books. It's crazy. So many books. A lot of our books are fiction books, and these are the ones that you see when you first walk in the door, and they're on those very short shelves. And you know, fiction, it's easy to remember what it is if you just think make-believe, or some people remember fiction equals fake. Fiction books, a lot of them sound like they could be true, but they're actually made-up stories, so they're called fiction. And an easy way to tell if you're looking at fiction books is just to look on the spine of any of these books. You'll find letters. If you're finding numbers, that's something else. For fiction, you'll just see letters. That F stands for fiction, and those 3 letters that you see are just the first 3 letters of the author's last name. And they're arranged alphabetically. Hey, easy. Nonfiction means real stuff like snakes and the Guinness Book of World Records and cooking and sports and just all sorts of incredible stuff. Nonfiction is real stuff, things that actually happen. And an easy way to tell when you're in nonfiction is, again, just look at the spine. These are the Guinness Book of World Records and Ripley's Believe It or Not books, and they have 031.02 on the spine because they're located in that area in nonfiction. Biography. So good. Biographies are stories about real people's lives. They're fascinating. You can find people in there who are famous for a lot of different things. We have a lot of people in sports there, celebrities, people who are famous politically. Anyway, it's a great place to go. And because they are people's real lives being discussed in these books, they're also considered nonfiction. Graphic novels. Well, we do have a lot of comic books, that is for sure. If that's your thing, then you are set. You ought to check that section out. We've got some amazing books in graphic format. And then we've got picture books too. Picture books from probably when you were in kindergarten, believe it or not. Check it out. We use these picture books for a lot of classes. The fashion classes actually design a fashion theme around some of them. Our sign language classes, well, those students get to learn how to actually do the book in sign language. We have staff members who check these out for their children and grandchildren to read. And then, of course, we have kids who just like to read them. I mean, who doesn't love Where's Waldo and find Pokemon? Computers. I love technology. This is my favorite part of the library. We have 36 computers out on our floor, and we also have 2 iMacs back behind our desk. Those iMacs are great when you want to do video editing, or perhaps you saved a paper at home and you saved it in Pages because you use a Mac at home. Well, you certainly can come to that area of the library and be able to print out what you need. A lot easier than trying to make it work on a PC. Textbooks, yay! If you forget your textbook and you need to study in the library, we may have a copy of that textbook for you to borrow for the time that you're in the library. So let us know if that's something you need. Manga. A lot of people say to me, is it manga or manga? You know what? I don't really know what's acceptable. We've always called it manga here. However, I just want you to know that we have a big collection of manga if that's the genre that appeals to you. Now, how do you find books in the library? Well, you're going to find out later today. I just want to mention this is the way you're going to go in. This is called Destiny Quest, and it's a new way for looking at library books. You may have used it at your middle school last year. I hope you did, because it'll make it go easier for you today. It's not a hard program to learn, and we'll be spending some time teaching you exactly how to do that. Newspapers. We get the New York Times every day and the Kansas City Star. We also have a great collection of periodicals. Can you check out those magazines and take them home? Sure, why not? It's good with me. We have Mad Magazine. Who doesn't like to read that? And we also have those newspapers that you can pick up anytime and look at. Yearbooks. Oh, yeah. You know you want to go in and take a look at some of your teachers back in the day when they were much younger. I might just be able to pull a page up right here. Nice hair. Printers, we have two. All of the machines in the library are set to print to either printer 1 or printer 2. So when you go to print a paper, don't stress out over it. It'll already be decided where it goes. There'll be a default printer. If for some reason we're having trouble, we can always switch printers and get you what you need as quickly as possible. Ah, the puzzle table. If you're a puzzle person, you may want to stop by and try to put a few pieces in while you're there. I wish I was one of those people that could just pick up a piece and snap it right in there and it would go to the right spot, but that never seems to work for me. Well, some stuff that you need right away usually is located in our library also, and you can see some of it there. Scissors, calculator, staplers, hole punch, glue sticks, markers, note cards, yada, yada, yada. You get the point. We have things that if you need them and you're in a hurry. Now, the secret water fountain. Good luck finding that. It took me a couple of months at work before I even noticed it. But we do have a water fountain in the library, and that's always a good thing to know. ID card. Hey, if you have an ID card and you want to check out a library book, here's a crazy idea. Bring it to the library with you and use it to check your library book out with. Here's Elizabeth, our library aide, modeling her library card. Nice job, Elizabeth. The way you check out a book is pretty easy. You walk up to the circulation desk and you show them your book and your ID card, and boom, you're checked out. If for some reason you don't have your ID card, it's really not the end of the world. We'll just look your last name up and we'll be glad to check a book out to you. Books go out for 3 weeks, but we don't stamp them. That's your responsibility to know when to bring your book back. Here's kind of how it works. We'll remind you every quarter if you have books out. If you have a certain book that somebody really wants, we're probably going to come find you and say, hey, are you finished reading it? Because so-and-so really wants it. And if you know that there's someone out there that has a book that you want, just let us know. We'll put you on the waiting list. And often the wait isn't very long. When the book comes in, we'll come find you in your classroom and deliver it to you right in person. Now, art and seminar are always confusing for everybody, even our teachers, but here's the way it works. If you come visit the library during ART time, you need to have a written pass from your teacher. And that would be your ART teacher, and we don't care if it's on a piece of paper of any type. We just need a written pass from your ART teacher. Seminar is a little bit different. If you want to come to seminar to get some work done, you come see us first and you sign into our book and you get a colored pass from us. It's a different color every week. And you take it to your seminar class. After seminar starts, you kindly ask your seminar teacher to sign it, come back to the library with it, and sign your time in. You know, this is the one time that we ask students to be very busy studying or doing academic work. It's really not a time for socializing. So if you're unable to complete that academic work, we're probably going to ask you to move on. Just be aware of that. So you're in a library. When you walk in the door, let's use the golden rule. Treat others the way you would like to be treated. If we ask you to remove your hat, that's probably because it's a school rule and it's an expectation at Olathe East. The other expectation we have is that we can't allow food and drink in the library because we have that beautiful brand new carpet. I'm glad you're here today getting to learn about us, and I'm looking forward to spending more time with you. Thanks for listening.